Hello, Eric, it's Atif here regarding the Kindle review. I'm just going to review one document at the moment so you understand what the next requirements are for the revisions. In terms of usability, there's a bit of work that we need to do in terms of getting it improved. So, example here, we need to obviously change it from the title page to light on Hatha Yoga, and then also the introduction needs to be slightly better in terms of what's the introduction to yoga would be better, and then obviously the Anna says it needs to state the page number as well, some historical details, background again, because if you look here you can see at the bottom it says location 32 of 204, so it's quite a big document just for one, so we need to obviously make sure that it's done properly. In terms of spacing as well, it's like spacing. Again, you can either do this directly, or we can get someone who's another VA at $1 an hour, who can obviously or even less, who can obviously make these formatting changes, so that it obviously saves you time, and obviously it's a lot lower cost, because you should be focused on making sure that we get the products into the different marketplaces as soon as possible, and not necessarily focusing on the smaller aspects such as formatting and so forth. As long as you understand what is required, therefore it will be quite straightforward for you to say, okay, this is 200 pages, we need obviously the page numbers on the table of content, with a more of a more um, details on the table of content. So, example, there's 8 limbs of classical yoga. Now, just scrolling down, you can see description of the 8 limbs, yama. So, this is obviously, I suspect, um, something where it can be expanded, or these. It just needs to have much more detail because there's 200 pages. So, therefore, it just needs to be much more in that respect, and much more details on the table of contents. And there's two reasons. One, obviously, it's so much easier for the user to go to the exact page or location they wish to know without having to go through 200 pages. And also, it may be the case that from this Yoga Advanced course, we may be able to produce 2 or 3 ebooks for the Kindle market plus Apple iTunes, because it will be a massive document. The average Kindle book, or as far as I'm aware, is around about 20 to 100 to 200. But if one of our modulars is just 200 pages, then you've got another 10, that's like 2,000 pages. That would be just too much for one course, or so one ebook. So we can split it up, but again, we need the table of contents so we can see exactly what we would be creating in terms of the product description, the title, and how we would package it. So that needs to be done much more better. So I'll let you get on with this. What I want you to do is, for each of the modulars, like example here, if you notice, there should be a line dropped. But I can't obviously do that between, say, these three, they're too close together. One line needs to be dropped. So in terms of sizing of the front, it's fine. And the images are good as well. But example, like this one here, it should say on the title on the left hand side, free yoga world views. So it should be in the table of contents what page number it is. Again, you want to make more lines, drop a line here. What you can do is obviously slightly make the font size smaller. I'm not too sure what the size at the moment is. So okay, you don't need to worry about that. You can actually make it smaller yourself by the way you view it. So anyway, it just needs to be tidied up a bit more. And the table of contents is critical to make it maybe more efficient. Plus, we can know if we can use the table advanced yoga for 3 or 4 different ebooks instead of just the one. So, example, this one would be light on, well, light on Hatha Yoga. So that would be maybe 1 or 2 modulars that we create into one ebook, like a bulk quality package. So anyway, I'm done. Make sure you watch this, and then give me your feedback. Cheers. Bye bye.